There are moments in life when the weight inside your chest feels heavier than the world around you, when the noise of your thoughts grows louder than the sounds of the day, and when peace feels like a distant memory instead of a present reality. In those moments, when strength runs thin and comfort seems out of reach, there is a gentle voice that rises above the noise, soft, steady, unwavering. It is the voice of the shepherd. "The Lord is my shepherd." These words, ancient yet eternal, carry a kind of peace the world cannot imitate. They are not merely poetry. They are a place, a refuge, a resting ground for weary souls. Right now, as you sit in this moment of stillness, allow your heart to slow down. Allow your thoughts to find space. Allow the worries you carried all day to loosen their grip. Because in this space, the shepherd draws near. Imagine the soft golden glow of a sunrise spilling across a quiet valley, the light touching dew-covered grass, the breeze gentle, the air calm. A place where nothing rushes, nothing demands, nothing overwhelms. This is the place Psalm 23 invites you into. The place where God restores the soul. You may have walked through long days of strain, through decisions heavy with uncertainty, or through nights when sleep would not come because your thoughts would not sit still. You may have been carrying more than anyone around you realizes, more than your voice knows how to express, more than your heart was meant to hold alone. But the shepherd sees what others do not. He knows what you hide behind your quietness. He knows the questions you whisper only in your mind. He knows the fears you carry in silence. And still, he stays. He does not rush you. He does not demand that you be strong. He does not ask you to pretend that everything is fine. Instead, he leads you. He leads you gently to still waters, to places where your breathing slows and your spirit exhales and your heart begins to remember how it feels to be safe. In this prayer, in this reflection on Psalm 23, you are invited to rest, to let the shepherd guide your tired soul back to quietness, back to comfort, back to peace. No matter how far you feel from calm, no matter how tangled your emotions have become, no matter how loud the valley may be around you, you do not walk alone. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Let these words settle over you like warm light after a long night. Let them wrap around the parts of you that ache for reassurance. Let them whisper truth into the places you have tried to silence. For tonight, in this moment, peace is returning. Comfort is drawing near. And the shepherd, your shepherd, is here. There are valleys in life that we walk through unwillingly, places of uncertainty, fear, exhaustion, and silence, so heavy it feels like the air itself weighs down the heart. These valleys do not always look dramatic from the outside. Sometimes they appear ordinary, a normal day, a normal conversation, a normal routine. Yet inside, the soul is trembling. This is the valley David spoke of, the valley of the shadow of death. Not always physical death, but the death of peace, the death of clarity, the death of confidence, the death of comfort. A place where shadows grow tall and fears whisper their loudest. And perhaps you have walked through such a valley recently, a valley where anxiety pressed against your chest like a weight you could not lift, where your thoughts ran faster than your breathing, where the night felt long and the morning felt no lighter. A valley where you wondered silently, God, are you here? Because when pain lingers and answers delay, human hearts start to fear the worst. We imagine that God has stepped farther away, that he has turned his face, that his voice has gone quiet. But Psalm 23 speaks a different truth. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Not you were with me, not you might be with me, but you are, present, immediate, unwavering. Yet the valley can still feel overwhelming, because the valley is where we face the invisible battles, the anxiety no one sees, the fears we do not confess, the disappointments we bury, the memories that still sting, the pressure we quietly endure. These invisible battles can be more exhausting than anything physical the body ever carries. Sometimes the valley looks like loneliness, being surrounded by people yet feeling unseen. Sometimes it looks like emotional exhaustion, smiling outwardly while something inside is falling apart. Sometimes it looks like waiting for answers, waiting for change, waiting for God to move while trying to keep the heart steady. Sometimes it looks like overwhelm, life moving too fast, responsibilities piling too high, and the soul whispering, "I can't do this anymore." In these moments, the valley can feel endless, a long stretch of darkness with no sign of dawn. But the shepherd does not abandon his sheep to wander alone. He does not push them from behind or shout instructions from a distance. He walks beside them, step by step, breath by breath, heartbeat by heartbeat. He hears the trembling you try to hide. He sees the tears you blink away in silence. He knows the fear you carry behind a steady face, and he does not shame you for it. He does not say, "Be stronger." He does not say, "Why are you afraid?" He does not say, "Have more faith." Instead, he whispers, "Do not fear, for I am with you." The valley is not a punishment. It is not evidence of weakness. It is not a sign that God has stepped away. The valley is where faith is formed, where intimacy with God deepens, where the shepherd proves that his presence is stronger than our fear. Because light is most powerful when seen in the dark. Comfort is most precious when felt in sorrow. Guidance means the most when the path is unclear. And God's nearness becomes undeniable when everything else feels far away. Perhaps your valley carries memories that still hurt when touched. Perhaps it carries questions you haven't been able to answer. Perhaps it carries wounds that time hasn't healed. But here's the truth. You are not walking through the valley alone. You never have been. You never will be. The shepherd walks the valley with you, not to remove every shadow, but to ensure that no shadow can consume you. Even now, in this very moment, he stands between you and the darkness. His rod protects you. His staff guides you. His presence steadies you. You may feel afraid, but you are not abandoned. You may feel unsure, but you are not forgotten. You may feel tired, but you are not unsupported. The valley is real, but so is the shepherd, and his presence is stronger than every shadow you face. So breathe, slowly, gently, deeply. Let your soul remember that the one who walks with you is the one who holds the universe. Let your heart rest in the truth that the shepherd does not lose his sheep. Not in the valley, not in the darkness, not ever. There comes a moment, somewhere in the valley, when the darkness begins to thin. Not because circumstances have changed, but because the shepherd has drawn closer. Peace does not always arrive as a loud breakthrough or a sudden miracle. Sometimes it comes as a soft shift inside the soul, a quiet warmth rising through the cold places, a gentle whisper calming the thoughts that once raced without rest. This is the transformation Psalm 2:3 speaks of. Not the removal of the valley, but the restoring presence of God in the valley. He makes me lie down in green pastures. These are not just grassy fields. They are symbols of the rest God offers to weary hearts. Places where the mind unclenches, where anxiety loosens its grip, where the soul finally exhales. Some wounds heal slowly, some fears take time to quiet. Some burdens cannot be dropped all at once because they have been carried for years. God knows this. And he leads with gentleness, not force. He does not pull you forward. He invites you forward. He does not rush your healing. He restores you in his time. He leads me beside still waters. Still waters are rare in a restless world. But God leads his children to places the world cannot access, places of deep inner calm that no circumstance can disrupt. Imagine walking beside a quiet river, its surface smooth as glass, its reflection gentle, its movement slow. This is the picture of peace the shepherd offers, not the absence of trouble, but the presence of tranquility. You may have walked through storms that left your heart tired. You may have stood in seasons where decisions weighed heavy. You may have felt pulled in too many directions, trying to hold everything together with hands that were already trembling. But listen closely. The shepherd does not lead you to still waters only when you feel strong. He leads you there precisely because you are not. Not when everything is perfect, but when everything is overwhelming. Not when you understand the path, but when you feel lost on it. Not when you have peace, but so that you may receive it. Healing happens slowly beside the still waters of God. He restores my soul. Restoration is not repair. It is renewal, a rebuilding from the inside out. Maybe life has worn you down with responsibilities, expectations, losses, or disappointments you never saw coming. Maybe you have been running on tired strength and quiet tears for longer than anyone knows. But the shepherd restores your soul not with pressure, not with demands, not with urgency, but with presence. His presence is a balm to the places the world has bruised, a shelter to the parts of you that feel fragile, a light to the corners of your heart that have forgotten how to hope. Restoration is His work, not yours. And then the psalm continues. He guides me in paths of righteousness for His name's sake. God's guidance is not random. It is intentional, purposeful, aligned with divine timing. There may be paths you thought were right, but later discovered were not yours. There may be doors you begged to enter that God gently closed to protect you. There may be seasons you tried to hold on to while God was trying to lead you somewhere new. Sometimes guidance looks like clarity. Sometimes it looks like redirection, but most often it looks like peace. Peace in the decision, peace in the waiting, peace in the uncertainty, peace in the next step, even when the step after it remains unseen. Guidance is not always about answers. Sometimes it is about alignment, aligning your heart with God's heart, your pace with God's pace, your desires with God's will. And as He guides, His peace grows deeper. Not loud, not dramatic, but steady. A quiet confidence that whispers, "You don't have to know the way, because I am the way." If you listen closely, you may sense it even now. A soft reassurance rising within you. A gentle warmth settling in your spirit, a subtle shift from tension to trust. This is the shepherd's guidance. Not forcing, but inviting. Not pushing, but leading. Not demanding, but comforting. He knows the path you fear. He knows the obstacles ahead. He knows the wounds behind you, and He knows exactly where to place your next step. So let your soul rest in the truth. Psalm 23 holds. You are guided. You are restored. You are led by a shepherd who never leaves, even in the valley, even in the uncertainty, even in the moments you feel least capable of taking another step. He is there, not watching from afar, but walking beside you with a love that refuses to let you go. There are many passages in Scripture that bring comfort, but Psalm 23 holds a tenderness unlike any other. It does not merely speak about God, it speaks of the God who walks with us, guides us, protects us, and restores us. As these verses are read, let your heart soften, and let your spirit listen for the voice of the shepherd calling you to rest again. Breathe deeply and receive His word. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Echo. With Him, nothing essential is missing. He provides what the soul truly needs. When you feel empty, His presence fills. When life feels lacking, His love completes. He makes me lie down in green pastures. Psalm 23:2 Echo. He leads me toward rest even when I forget how to rest myself. God brings you to spaces where exhaustion lifts and peace returns to the body and mind. He leads me beside still waters. Psalm 23:2b. Where He leads, the heart grows quiet again. The shepherd guides you not to chaotic waters, but to stillness, to calm, to the places your spirit can breathe. He restores my soul. Psalm 23:3 Echo. His touch rebuilds what life has broken. God does not repair superficially. He restores deeply, reviving joy, renewing hope, rebuilding strength. He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Psalm 20 is perfect. Even when the path feels unfamiliar, he guides not by chance but with purpose, with clarity, with divine intention. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Psalm 23:4. Echo, your presence is my protection, your nearness is my courage. The valley may feel dark, but it is never empty. The shepherd walks beside you with steps that never fail. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Psalm 23:4 Echo, your strength steadies me, your guidance reassures me. The rod protects you, the staff lifts you. Both remind you that God is actively watching over you. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Psalm 23, where others expect defeat, you bring victory. God does not remove every challenge, but he fills your life with goodness right in the middle of them. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Psalm 23:5 Echo, you pour out blessings until they run over the edges of my life. His favor is not fragile. His goodness is generous. He gives more than enough. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Psalm 23:6 Your love walks behind me, protecting what I leave behind. You are not followed by fear, but by mercy. Not by failure, but by grace. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Psalm 23:6 Echo, your presence is my eternal home. In this truth, your soul finds rest, your spirit finds peace, your heart finds comfort. Let these verses wash gently over your mind like soft water flowing through a quiet valley. Let them soak into the places that feel tense, burdened, or weary. For the shepherd is not distant, he is here. He speaks through his word, and his word restores the soul. Take a slow breath and another. Allow your spirit to settle into this moment of prayer. Let every wall fall, every tension soften, every burden loosen its grip. For the shepherd of your soul is drawing near, and in his presence you are safe. One prayer for peace. Calm my troubled heart, Lord. Lord, you see my heart exactly as it is, not as I present it to the world, not as I try to wish it into being, but as it truly feels inside, tired, heavy, stretched thin, pulled between worries I don't always know how to name. You know the thoughts that refuse to grow quiet. You know the fears that wake me in the night. You know the pressure that tightens around my chest like an invisible hand. And you know how hard I try to hold everything together. But right now, Lord, I release all of it to you. Speak peace into my soul the way you spoke light into the darkness. Let your calm settle over me like gentle waters beside a quiet shore. When anxiety rises, steady me. When my mind races, slow me. When loneliness whispers, hold me. When fear returns, remind me that I do not walk alone. Lord, let your peace, your deep, quiet, holy peace, fill every corner of my heart that has forgotten how to rest. Let me feel the safety of your presence. Let me feel the warmth of your comfort. Let me feel the assurance that I belong to a shepherd who never leaves his sheep. Tonight, Lord, bring peace to my soul in a way only you can. 2. Prayer for guidance. Lead me beside still waters. Shepherd of my life, there are paths ahead of me that I do not understand. There are decisions that feel larger than my strength. There are uncertainties that cloud my vision. But you see the whole road. You know where every step leads. You know which doors will bring life and which ones will bring harm. You know the way even when I cannot see it. So lead me, Lord. Lead me gently. Lead me patiently. Lead me clearly. When I am unsure of my next step, guide me to still waters where my mind can untangle and my spirit can hear your voice again. Lead me away from the paths that drain my soul. Lead me away from the people who dim my light. Lead me away from the choices that are not aligned with your heart, and instead, lead me into clarity, into purpose, into the places where your peace naturally flows. Let your voice be the compass I follow. Let your hand be the one I hold. Let your timing be the rhythm of my steps. Because wherever you guide, I will not fear. Wherever you lead, I will trust. Wherever you walk, Lord, I will follow. 3. Prayer for protection. Be with me in the valley. Lord, there are valleys I wish I never had to walk through. Valleys of uncertainty, valleys of grief, valleys of exhaustion, valleys where shadows feel longer than the daylight. But your word says, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. So tonight, Lord, walk with me through my valleys. When darkness feels close, be my light. When danger threatens, be my shield. When fear claws at my thoughts, be my defender. When loneliness surrounds me, be my companion. Let me sense your nearness, your footsteps beside mine, your rod and your staff steadying me in the places I feel most vulnerable. Remind me that nothing in the valley is stronger than you. No shadow can overpower you. No fear can silence you. No threat can harm me while your presence stands near. Guard my heart, Lord. Guard my mind. Guard my soul. Let your protection be the walls around my spirit and the roof over my peace. 4. Prayer for restoration. Restore my soul, Lord. There are parts of me that feel worn, scattered, and frayed. Life has pulled at me in ways that stretched my emotional strength beyond what I thought I could bear. But you are the restorer. Restore the joy I have forgotten how to feel. Restore the hope that slipped through my fingers. Restore the confidence life tried to steal. Restore the strength that leaks through the cracks of my tired heart. Lord, rebuild what has been broken. Renew what has been drained. Revive what has grown weary. Speak life into the places in me that feel like dust. Breathe hope into the corners of my heart that have gone quiet. Let your presence heal the wounds I've hidden. Let your touch restore what I lost. Let your love bring me back to life again. 5. Prayer of surrender. I trust you, shepherd of my soul. Lord, I surrender the things I cannot control. I surrender the future I cannot predict. I surrender the outcomes I cannot guarantee. I surrender the wounds I cannot heal on my own. I surrender the fears that tighten around my spirit. I surrender the plans that no longer fit the path you are shaping for me. Be the shepherd of my life, fully, completely, deeply. Lead me, guide me, protect me, restore me, hold me. Let your goodness and your mercy follow me every day of my life. Let your peace guard my heart in every season. Let your love define my steps. Let your presence be my constant home. For you are my shepherd, and with you I lack nothing. Amen. As this time of prayer comes to a gentle close, let your heart settle. Let your breathing soften. And let the peace of the shepherd rest over your spirit like warm light spreading across a quiet morning field. The valley may still exist, the uncertainty may not have vanished, and the future may still feel unknown, but something within you has shifted tonight. Not loudly, not dramatically, but gently, like the first rays of dawn touching the dark edges of the world. Because when the shepherd speaks, the soul finds rest. When the shepherd draws near, fear loses its voice. When the shepherd guides, the path becomes safe even if it remains unseen. You may still feel tired, but now you are held. You may still feel unsure, but now you are guided. You may still feel fragile, but now you are protected. For the Lord is your shepherd, here, now, and always. Let these words settle deeply. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Goodness follows you, not because life is easy, but because God is faithful. Mercy follows you, not because you never stumble, but because He never stops loving you. You are not followed by shame. You are not followed by fear. You are not followed by your past. You are followed by goodness, by mercy, by grace that refuses to let you go. And long after this video ends, long after the final word fades, His peace will remain with you. It will accompany you into the quiet of your night, into the responsibilities of tomorrow, into the moments where your heart feels steady, and into the moments where it trembles again. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, return to this truth. Your shepherd walks with you, close, constant, unshakable. He leads you to green pastures, to still waters, to restoration, to safety, to renewal, to peace. And he will lead you every day of your life, until the very end, and into forever. Before we close, receive this blessing. May the peace of the shepherd guard your heart tonight. May his goodness surround your steps. May his mercy follow you in every season ahead. And may his presence be your comfort, your guidance, your rest, and your home. If this prayer touched your heart, consider joining our next reflection. A prayer from Psalm 91, the Psalm of Protection. Until then, rest in his peace. Walk in his light. Trust the shepherd who never leaves your side. Amen.